maybe needs a little bit of a turn of speed. I think he, in my opinion, just lacking a little bit of confidence. He knows that's the right place to attack a midfield player and take it onto their defence. But he's just lacking that little bit of conviction, which I think he needs. And I think the more games he'll get that back.
He did feature a lot post restart, but he didn't play 90 minutes. And I just wonder if he get a run of games, the majority, all of them.
I just think he's that type of player. Some players need games continually, others can come in and drop out without any problem. Players, for me, who needs a lot of backing from everybody around him as well.
There's Kovacic. James infield for the moment. He plays a holding midfielder for Wigan a fair bit when he was on loan there, Reece James. There's Werner all over the place in the first half in a good way. Came inside, made room for the shot of Matt Ryan, who punches it over for a corner.
Love to see Callum. Bit of end product. Target. Okay, it's too close to man, but he made it probably look a little bit easier because he really gets hold of this, Callum. The shot's on enough.
3 goals Hudson-Odoi got last season, so he didn't play all of it. Now with Willian gone, is he actually going to be first choice on corners, I wonder? Have to do a bit better than that.
He's going to get another go though.
Christensen was up into the air for Alonso and moved on by Hudson-Odoi to Werner. Loftus-Cheek allowed turn inside the penalty area and then stayed static.
Yeah, that's what I mean about Ruben. That is exactly the example there where he turned to really go at maybe the last defender and try and get a shot away, but was a bit reluctant to do that. I think that's where he needs encouragement.
This time Basuma drawing the foul. Chelsea have played here in pre-season before. You might have enjoyed that one with us back in 2012. I say enjoyed. Brighton won it 3-1. They're a championship team at that time. I never guess who got the Chelsea goal.
Eden Hazard.
It was, I think it was actually his first game, but it was Frank Lampard.
Of course.
Here's Alonso. Quick out to engage Hudson-Odoi.
Around the pitch, aren't we, from various angles. Reece James trying to get high at the park on that right hand side. Callum on this near side trying to do what he does well. There's been some good challenges around the pitch. It's been played at a good tempo as well, which is nice to see. All on the field really into being there, so they need a performance.
Basuma. Sides ball through the middle, looking for more pace. I'd had a sniff so far. Brighton's top scorer last season.
Now I saw him several times, Morpay, but he waits around. He works his socks off, you know. Moans and groans a lot. It's one of those players, you know, who just thinks everything should be perfect to his feet. But in saying that, he will chase everything down and wait for that one chance that maybe he can score a goal.
Alonso had spotted, clever run by Hakim Ziyech, not that clever though. Sprayed beyond the left.
Yeah, maybe just mistimed it slightly, but ironic cheers from the few Brighton fans in here today.
Well, that's the kind of thing his machine can't engineer, isn't it?
It's great to hear them again, isn't it? Right, continue.
And stopped in his tracks.
Possibly, it is going to be a yellow card. I think he's probably right, the referee. It's friendly, might get away with it, but I think he was right. I think Voltman did very, very well, getting beyond two players, and Marcus was the one who got there, and down he went.
Then for Marcos Alonso, who will be anxious to do well today, knowing that Ben Chilwell, I would assume, will get more game time than anybody else in that position next season.
Well, as soon as he's fit to get the start, when you pay that sort of money for players, you want them to be involved as soon as possible. Don't take nothing away from Marcus. It's been a great addition to the squad since he's been here.
Taken to Lallana. Not too much of Lallana yet either. It's not surprising he's got a deal by Brighton, age 32. And we're going for it from distance. That would have been pretty special.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't too many, does he, from that distance? And if he hits the target, and shooting was of the highest quality. But reasonably impressed with Chelsea so far, coming up to the 35th minute, and majority of it has been with us. We have had lots of the ball, probably not been too creative. Short. Nice if we could get another goal before the break.
There's Lallana again.
I think the referee's right there. I think Ziyech can't make the challenge on that side, and you give someone like Lallana a chance, tackle on the wrong side, he'll go down.
Backheel too many.
Just overcomplicated it a bit, Voltman, in that situation. Nice for players in pre-season friendlies just to get through the game. Yes, come off, some of the players coming off as well. And Frank would have probably said to 3 or 4, it might only be up till half time, so give us what you've got, because the season is only just round the corner.
Alonso lumps one forward and says to Werner, "Come on in, settle." Lewis Dunk. Dunk dealt with it well. Webster then moving it out left hand side. Lampard, as we've become accustomed to, hardly used the seat reserved for him in the dugout.
Probably still wants to be playing, I expect, in his head. Got to get it out. It's just done it well so far, though.
It's an Odoi. For James. Decent ball in that. Good lead from Loftus. Werner maybe wasn't expecting him to.
That was a good shout as well. Nice clear shout and step over. Often that work. Good defending again by Brighton.
Touch from Alonso. Speed of Werner. going the no-nonsense route with his challenge.
Yeah, times it well, doesn't he, there, Veltman, but as long as those touch, it just gets away from him again. Maybe minutes in, there's one or two tired legs that they break at half time. Just lacking a bit of crispness now around in the penalty area, a little bit sharpness, and Brighton, of course, very, very tight at the back, not giving us anything to give us a lift.
Loftus Cheek. Kicked one out to its Webbs. Under pressure line, able to get it away to halfway. Christensen. No great urgency about Brighton, is there? It's a pre-season to just retain possession.
And again, depends on what Graham Potter's probably said pre-match. Possession tends to him because there'll be games in the Premier League coming up where Brighton are going to be the weaker of the two sides, and they're going to have to keep possession well and keep a good shape, be well organised. And sometimes that's reflected in style, reflects in the thought of really pushing on and trying to get something, and they end up playing as a compact side but really struggling to score, and I'm afraid that's how they were last season.
And James by Alzate, half-time not too far away now.
Gone a bit flat, hasn't it? Brighton just sitting in. Chelsea quite happy to keep possession. Usually very, very good at that anyway, and not being asked too many questions. Chelsea picking up all the second balls as well.
Loftus Cheek. For the difficult pass to Ziyech rather than the shorter one to James.
When Ruben looks good like that, he needs to find a blue shirt. Although the good ability and quality that he's got, sometimes when you do that and then you give the ball away as cheaply as he's there, you know, and I think he needs the correct decisions. It doesn't always have to be negative, has to be brave at times with his passing.
Clipping on board to march meanwhile, but he stopped in his tracks by the flag of the referee's assistant.
I think the few Brighton fans that have made their way into the ground great deal to shout about from Brighton's perspective. We talk loud and noisy in the early stages. I need something to live off as well. Not really been given that by Brighton. It has been dominated by possession from Chelsea.
Also trying to do something about the deficit. 90 seconds plus stoppages the first half, but Kante pinched it back, and then Ziyech launched it forward for Werner. Inch perfect pass. Hudson-Odoi up in support. Good first half, hasn't he?
He has another good footing, isn't it?
Here's Kovacic. Good for the 1-2 with Kante, not quite.
Unlucky Kovacic, isn't he? Kept his balance really well. A couple of good challenges came in from Brighton, but still he retains possession. Back to him was just a little bit too close to the keeper.
Sent off in that game at the Bridge, that unforgettable game last season. It's had the same phase of play. That's lived fairly long in the memory, Clive, that balmy night at Stamford Bridge. Kept in the Champions League.
Yeah, you certainly don't. Especially the way the game went as well. But it was good to have those games occasionally, just not too often for the nerves now.
No stoppage time at the end of the first half, but a goal on a first start. Chelsea Blue for Timo Werner. Took him less than 4 minutes to put the Blues ahead here. Ziyech involved in the goal as well. So far so good then as far as the new signings are concerned. And at the Amex score, Brighton and Hove Albion 0-1. Well, it's been a busy summer for the Blues in the transfer market, and yesterday Thiago Silva became the latest arrival ahead of the new season.
I'm so happy.
Saw a list of the accomplishments so far in Thiago Silva's career there, and some of the records that he's set in terms of appearances, etc. He obviously nearer the end of his career than the start, but even if it's just in terms of influence around the place, it can't do any harm at all to have a player of his stature at Chelsea.
Yeah, and the words that come to mind are quality and class. You know, this guy over the years has been exceptional. You know, I think he's a top player. Yeah, we're talking about a player slightly aging, shall we say, but still got plenty about him to suggest he can come in and give us a good season.
Well, let's have a look back at the best bits of the first half here. A football match with supporters, the main highlight of the first half, I would suggest, but Chelsea on it straight away, Clive. 30 seconds in, Reece James.
He fancied his chances, didn't he? I mean, we know he can strike a great ball and doesn't quite get it perfect, but gets it across the face. This could have been a tap in for someone if Matt Ryan gets a hand on it, but he was able to let it run past his far post. And then, of course, we get the opportunity, don't we? Ziyech with a lovely flighted ball in, Callum with a very strange header, but literally. And you know what? He made that look easy. It was easy, but it had to go in from his perspective. And I think he's done it comfortably. Probably thought that Callum was offside. Only the assistant referee makes that decision.
34 goal told last season. Timo Werner for Leipzig. after that. Brighton did have a tease to draw level. Solid march at the forefront of things for them in the first half, but couldn't test Kepa there.
No, can't wrap his weaker right foot around it. With his left foot, might have something different. And this was the free kick for Timo Werner, who can't quite steer this one on target, but good to see the link up between him and Sept with the ball in. Nicely flighted ball.
Last of all, Callum Hudson-Odoi forcing Matt Ryan into a save.
Yeah, we've seen him do this so many times, haven't we? And you know, when he gets into that position, Callum, he lets fly, gets some good power and a decent save. Matt Ryan.
Let's talk a bit more about Timo Werner, because he was one of the hottest prospects in Europe, has been over the last couple of seasons. Lots of teams in for him. Chelsea managed to get the deal over the line, and just the goal, but he has been heavily involved in the first half.
He has. One thing that we've seen from him is a player with that quality and that goal scoring record score a goal. It's just what you want. The longer it goes on for him to score, could have been a nightmare for him, but he's got that goal. Doesn't matter how it comes, but heavily involved in the first half an hour. When a bit quiet as the time went on, his work rate is exceptional. There we see him in the centre circle. What's he doing there? You know, he's coming short to get time and link up. Great.
Yeah, well, he went deep in the Champions League last season with RB Leipzig, and he'll be hoping to do something similar with Chelsea once the new season gets in just a couple of weeks' time. Let's have a little look at how Hakim Ziyech did in the first half too. The pre-assist, I guess you would call it, the standout.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is good play, isn't it? I mean, players getting around the box and little 1-2 touches. Somebody could have struck it a bit quicker, like do when the games actually start. But he's got that ability. We know, we've seen it in this first half. Not frightened to shoot, pass, crossing, good on the free kicks as well, as we saw with this delivery. And aim is quite exciting, and you know, you've got two new signings linking up really well, which is always good to see. Kante doing what he did well there, and Ziyech again outside of his, I mean, the pace on that ball, perfect.
Reasons for Chelsea supporters to get excited about those two, but more new signings to make their first Chelsea appearances. Longbench, well, hopefully one of those. He put pen to paper on a 5-year deal at Stamford Bridge last week, and here's what he had to say in his exclusive first interview with Chelsea TV.
Yeah, obviously, you know, since you're a boy, I remember coming here when I was you know, 12, 13, 14, playing in the youth teams and seeing what a great club it was. And then it's always kind of a daunting thing playing against Chelsea when you're younger, and you know, such an elite club. So being part of it now, you know, I'm really excited and can't wait to get started. You know, obviously I've been at Leicester the past few weeks, so you know, I've been focused on making sure that for as long as possible while I'm at Leicester, and just being respectful to everyone at the club while. Do you know what, obviously a tough decision in terms of you know, leaving a lot of good friends, and it's kind of like home to me. I've been there since, you know, 11, 12 years old, so in that respect it was difficult, but in terms of my career and you know, what a great club Chelsea is, it was a pretty easy decision for myself. Massively important. You know, obviously wanted to play for a, you know, a massive club. That's what everyone wants for their whole career. But you know, talking to Frank before I came was one of the main reasons that I wanted to come. You know, he instilled a lot of confidence in me, touched the system, just the way I play, and just seemed like a really, you know, good guy that you can talk about stuff away from football. And I think that's, you know, very important for a young you can get on with and talk to stuff about. And then also, you know, he's very keen on young players, and you know, you've seen that since he's been here. You know, talking to him was a massive reason for me wanting to come. Yeah, that was also another thing. known before, and a lot of talented players as well. So yeah, just really excited. Yeah, of course. I think you know, when you work under a manager who was a player himself,